stun style lineup against Gambit's strong, ready to push kind of lineup. So how hard do NiP have to win early?
NiP has 648B draft where there's a lot of stuns. Every single lane has a double stun. It's pretty easy to execute, but I'm a bit worried with these two cores, both Sven and Troll. If they fall off, if they don't have a good laning stage, but they should. They're ganking.
Kill the Wabbit.
Spirit Bear. That's gonna be some easy gold for them.
You know
Who gets the last hit?
Finally, we found the counter. I think it was
no one. Let's check the goal.
It was the tower. They would have had a last hit, right, for the bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no last in anyone. It was the tower attack. They got the bear. All right, anyway. That's just there. That's the way to counter the bear to scout out the ward. That's what that's all there
Just
for.
gank the bear level 1.
Yeah.
We saw what Liquid can do.
Hey, he's
when
got
they
50
pick
seconds till it can spawn up
Spirit
again.
Bear, group up on a mid lane, Blightstone, Curse of Avernus, try to take down the tier 1 tower.
Hey, that was.
But overall,
that was
I think Gambit's lineup has a lot of sustain. You have Stampede to run away. The heroes are pretty hard to take down. You have Winter Wyvern with the heal, good way to disengage. You have a Savage Roar, a lot of heals from Chen. We might see the replay of game number 1, Toby.
It feels that way, but I don't want to go into that mindset. We always try and look on the bright side of life. Remember what the Monty Python boys always said. So PPD, as well as Suska, he's going to try and make sure that they have control of this bottom lane. Even if it's underneath tower, they'll be okay with that because with 3 heroes, they're very willing to dive. And that's why Gambit already bringing in extra help. So the Winter Wyvern moved to the bottom lane, so Immersion can do something about this aggression lane. And that's what he does with the Splinter Blast.
They're gonna get harassed so much because Immersion brought 5 mangoes. This is a budget Zeus cosplay position 4.
I throw ice, not lightning. But this is... So can NiP keep this up? Like, if the harassment comes in with all these Splinter Blasts, can NiP really hold this lane, or should they hold this lane?
I mean, you have a lone druid. This is one of the best heroes for 1 versus 1 scenario, so Chen can easily rotate bottom, and then they can try lane. He's just trying to pull the lane a bit on the side.
Trying to interfere. They actually moved the leader towards the top lane. So now you actually have the chain stun, Burrow Strike into Light Strike Array, so FNG is being forced back out of this lane. Dahak's copying none of the damage, however, and he's the one that wants to stand in the lane with his bear. While Fire's copying a lot from Sideblade early damage too, something he's going to have to try and play around, but so far being nice and aggressive. 6-3 on the board to the 5-3 of the TA.
And they're swapping a lane. Now they're going to have a Sven on top, plus Selena. And
actually,
they
actually TP'd him up as well.
Yeah, which means that the Sanking needs to TP back bottom.
That's exactly what happens. 33 right in front of Immersion. Very nice from FNG too. So the Centaur's TPing up towards the top lane, while bottom lane's currently Dragon on Dragon action. But Dahak was able to soak up a large amount of the experience because he had a creep wave and a half underneath that tier 1 tower to get. And they're still going on to Immersion into the trees with the Door Breath. Dahak kind of wants to help out, but well, he doesn't have much to give. The bear is still up on top lane.
So now they're going to keep these lanes. Immersion will go to the top. TP straight away.
Oh, this is good. Is there another stun? There is from the Light Strike Array. Splinter Blast will arrive. Immersion needs to create the space, but he can't do so. Ace swings the blade. And gets a much needed kill with these lane rotations. NiP needed a strong start, and so far, 2.5 minutes in, they're roughly about 1,000 ahead.
Yeah, I would love to see a value point from Winter Wyvern to get 1 point in heal, just in case they stun him. It will give him enough survivability. It costs only 50 mana.
That's cheap.
Meanwhile, on the mid lane, pretty even in terms of CS. I mean, Troll on the mid.
Oh, FNG, he's in a lot of trouble. 33 in PPD. Catching him inside the tree line in between, and Dahak was very much focused on farming in the lane instead.
Yeah, Troll with the Whirling Axis can always secure a range creep, even if it's a melee or a ranged form. So that's a huge benefit for him. And there's always a missed chance when you're playing against DA, which is great.
And I'm loving this, like, this SKCS. He's #1 on the board. Going the 2 points up in the Caustic finale. They want to get a little bit more aggressive. Not enough mana for a Burrow Strike, however. But Afo is still looking for his own side blade connections. There's this pressure underneath the tower that just seems to be causing so many problems, and that bear is always looking so unhealthy.
And he has no points in Sandstorm. He just wants to dominate the lane. The extra slow, combine that with Jakiro, you're basically not gonna move. And you're harassing the bear because he's a melee.
Good move from Ace.
Oppa, top lane.
Yeah, you start with the initial stun. Light Strike Array nicely chained just on the edge of the range for the Lina. And Ace tries to dodge the hoof stop, but maybe there's enough damage from the Lina. One more would do it. She's looking for the Dragon Slave, but she can't get it off an immersion. Gets the rebuttal, throwing the Splinter Blast onto Ace, so he gets the bounce out into Saxa.
So far, NiP is getting the kills because they have way more kill potential with all these slows and stuns. At least in this game, they have enough ways to initiate. Whether it's going to be a Sven, whether it's going to be a Sanking, and 33 on the bottom lane, he has Power Treads queued up. I think he just finished it, only lacking 40 gold. Which means that he wants to keep dominating the lane. Immersion.
Yeah, they're looking for the bounties. Ace is coming down. They understand they got a lot of stuns, so they're baiting the Centaur to come in for the fight with the Light Strike Array. Ace will win the race against Immersion. And this actually gives all 4 runes to NiP. Very nicely played in position. Even if you lose Ace, the amount of money you gained is high, and he has the Light Strike Array from his teammate just to walk it off, and that skill point up in Warcry. So they'll get away to safety, and that's the 5-minute shrine. So he doesn't care about how much damage he takes. PPD might care, however. There's a Mud Golem tossing an extra stun after the entangle. And Peter does not have a lot of regeneration to work with. The Mud Golems are actually wrapping around the back looking for PPD. But there's no one else from Gambit close enough to really hit hard, but maybe they can into 33. Through both stuns at the same time. FNG just trying to be a big nuisance.
Yeah, Farah knows that he can farm the jungle way more efficiently with the troll, trying to stack. I mean, he's gonna kill the camps before. If Afo Ninja pushes the lane, he's gonna come and defend the tower.
Yeah, but Afo, if you want to defend the tower, you can only you can clean the wave up, but you can't push back. There's no way you can really threaten him through TA traps. Well, you can threaten top lane. Phase boots are now done for Ace.
A lot of kill potential right now on the top lane, but 33 goes down. There was a couple of roots and Mud Golem split, which means
FNG stun, the same stuff we saw hit into PPD before, hit again. And that's Mask of Madness now on the Lone Druid, so welcome to a higher chance.
I love that build on Lone Druid. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in game number 1. It's so much more efficient. I did. All right, then I'm just gonna shut it.
No, you didn't. You can
because
keep going.
It gives you so much more kill potential, and it's pretty much the same amount of farm. Maybe you're not gonna get
the
that
rune
XP.
as well.
Hey, there it is.
The Hawk has just the luck of the stars with him.
The Hawk might be the best player in the world on Lone Druid.
Wow, is this?
Because of that route.
Bulldog.
Sorry, Bulldog.
You're always number 1 with me. No, but those roots are hitting nice and hard. And you've seen the use of the Mud Golems in this game by the Chen. Just this chain stunning up on top lane. A little bit more trouble for Race. He's got the Warcry. They dodge the Light Strike Array. Gambit are finally getting a little bit more wise to the support Lina's zoning. And Ace does not feel comfortable here at all. He's completely out of consumables. And with the 3 points of cleave, he's going jungle already. They'll leave the Lina to sit in the lane. At least she's a good deep push. That's something that NiP did tick with that Lina pickup. They can start to get rid of the creep waves at least.
Yeah, the battle of sentries on a mid lane. They want to get rid of the traps and sentries. Alpha Ninja killed 1, but PPD had 2.
They're coming again. FNG loves getting all these centaurs up and running.
Oh, 33. He wanted to stun a bear, but the Hawk was ready with the roar.
And they're just zoning him out of the tower. 33 has no way to deny this. Chikira's coming in from the side, but thanks to the Observer Ward planted down by Gambit, they see so much. So 8 minutes in and a bit. Oh, the centaur. Yeah, what are you doing? No, they're just going to look at 33. They're not going to stun. But the Hawk is able to claim that tier 1 tower already. And we saw him move very quickly to other lanes after he added enough pressure in game 1.
Alpha Ninja has 3 sentry wards. So he's gonna remove an observer ward and gonna get a.
Is he gonna get the other sentry?
Yeah,
he sees it. That's nice for him, and yep, there's that move. Dahak already coming in. They've got the TA trap. That bear taking a little bit longer to get in. I don't think they want to dive the tower too hard. NiP have punished Gambit for such a maneuver before. And Gambit knows what's at stake. A matchup with Alliance, the winner of which will go to TI9. NiP aren't done yet. They're looking for their own fight. Get the root off. Afo gets a little bit more distance. Now Dahak turns the bear around. Light Strike Array well off target. Splinter Blast. A lot of chip damage into all of NiP.
There's the day push you were talking about. Lina with the Dragon Slave. I mean, Winter Wyvern does the same thing, especially if they decide to push a tier 1 tower on the bottom. He just stands in the trees and keeps using that. He's level 5, 3 points in that Splinter Blast, but he's running low on mana.
It's just the important thing for NiP to have the D push, because we've seen what happened when the Chen army allows you to push with the bear. Like, we see it right now. Mask of Madness is up, and no tier 1 tower can survive. But the 10-minute bounty rings, because you start losing control, you're losing control of the bounties. But there'll still be a 2-2 trade-off for the 10-minute mark at least.
Yeah, and I love what Dahak is doing. He went from bottom lane to mid lane, but NiP was grouping up, so he just went straight to the top, took a tower, and he's continuing to farm.
He's continuing to push. He actually sent the bear back to the shop. He'll bring it back in again. But if NiP now have to react, like they can't. Doesn't actually feel that way in this whole series, where NiP are the ones who have to play reactionary Dota, and they're not the ones who have their own fate.
They need to be aggressive with these kind of heroes, and the thing I just talked about, you can see the positioning on minimap of Winter Wyvern. He's just sitting there down in the trees. If they want to push, use that Splinter Blast.
They're coming for him. There's 3 heroes here. Gambit will have the choice if they want to try and defend this. Ace has already started up on the tower, and Immersion just takes flight. He's delayed them as much as he can, even with the fortification, but NiP need to tank this and keep the catapult alive to kill the tower.
Ideally, you would want to be level 6, but he was running low on mana and didn't have courier to deliver his Dome of Knowledge. Now he's gonna get
this tower trade-off. Okay, maybe not so much. TP comes in, the Savage Roar sending 33 a little bit further back. As Dahak walks right over the top of a Dire Observer, but look where they move. It's like, alright, you TP top, we'll rotate towards the mid lane. There's another tier 1 town with the bear's name on it.
Yeah, Haramba Rider is also level 6, which is going to give them extra survivability. Winter Wyvern still has no points in heal, which I think would be of great value.
Oh, that tower. Goodbye.
Man, you're playing against TA and Lone Druid Chen. If they get a kill or 2, once TA gets that Deso, that's just Roche. It's such a fast and easy lineup to execute from Gambit.
They smoke. If they get the Troll Trap, they can kill off PPD, but it's PPD. They don't really want him, but he'll offer himself. Troll Trap to begin with. First Centaur stun. Here comes your second Centaur stun. And combining with the Double Edge and the Hadouken creep, PPD does not have the life to survive. One quick Liquid Fire, but that's all.
Someone gives PPD suicide prevention number. Like, he just wanted to die there. Like, you could see he was running low on mana and wanted to be there. He wanted to collect some information about where enemy team is.
Hi guys, I need information. Why am I the expendable scout? Ace is looking for something on the bottom lane. He can't move fast enough. Lina's too far away, but it's the double stun combination they're searching for. And Lina is the good answer to the Winter Wyvern. So Cold Embrace doesn't protect the Winter Wyvern anymore. Now she's got 6. That's what Laguna will do. Man, Dahak is getting filthy rich. Obviously, we're not looking at the Lone Druid, we're looking at the Lone Druid's bear. He's got Blightstone to help him push down the towns with the Mask of Madness. He's working in to this Radiant, sitting at 1,500 gold on the way towards the Relic.
Yeah, and we still didn't see Centaur ulti being used, nor Chen heal, nor Winter Wyvern ulti. These are all good tools of disengaging a team fight if NiP wants to commit. There's only a 3,000 net worth lead for Gambit. It seems like a replay of the game number 1, Toby.
It does. NiP. Maybe they can play this a little differently. If you've played it before, maybe you can get back in and have a second chance at life. The tier 2 tower is still being heavily pressured. Sven's finding his farm. Like he's hitting close to the number 1 net worth. Troll and SK are definitely behind.
They need something. Sanking is getting closer to his Blink Dagger, only 600 gold away. This is where they smoke and they try to fight.
This is what NiP needed as well, to get rid of some of these observer wards that's watching NiP's movement. Oh, that's nice.
This is a huge stack for Sven.
Yeah. Hey, Lena, can you stun this for a second? Can you not take 3 of the last hits? That'll also be great.
She took the boys.
Well, that gets her arcane boots. And they clean through it fast enough that the camps also respawn. So just good efficiency coming in for NiP. Even dragging the creeps over to A so it doesn't have to walk so far. What a nice support. 33 still trying to get close to that Blink Dagger. It feels like then they have a chance to initiate. Then they actually have something to work with, as opposed to what it is right now, which is, hey, Sven, can you phase boot forward and Stormhammer somebody?
He skipped Hand of Midas. This game has Blink queued up, so with the double Blink,
nice.
they can't
Into
start
the
the fight.
epicenter, Ice Path, they're going to take out the Chen army. 4 creeps to claim. FNG, I think, wants to bring a couple more people to help out here, and he's moving forward towards the Jakiro, and yep, it's already a stampede forward. They got the root entangle over on 33. Hoofstorm to make sure there's no shenanigans with striking away with a Burrow.
He was so close to that Blink Dagger now. His 100 gold away once again.
And that's what they were looking for from Gambit to then push the top, get the 15-minute bounty runes. The bear is taking care of bottom, and he actually got both of the bottom lanes with the bear.
That's 4
bounty
bounties.
runes, because the bear can now, like, it can pick up gold too. Seems a little broken on that. Like, it can't attack, but it can grab bounties. Paws only go for bounties.
I don't think anything's broken about Lone Druid, to be honest. There's a reason why he's not picked that often. Dire using a scan will connect in the Roche pit, but that Deso
They've moved so
and the
fast to him.
Centaur.
I don't think NiP don't get there in time. You got Jakiro nearby. He's going to throw out an Ice Path to try and mess with things, but Roshan...
There's no way they can enter a Roche against the Winter Wyvern, against the Savage Roar. There's also a couple of traps.
So that's the second life for the Templar Assassin.
So this is a double Blink Dagger timing on NiP. If they want to make a move, now it's the right time.
Yep. And they really need to make it work. No one's coming to defend bottom lane because right now Gambit is still focused on removing the last tier 2 towers from mid as well as top. Lone Druid is taking the top lane by himself. PPD is the only one who's up there to try and defend it. Well, that's a nice item pick up. Diffuser Blade actually arriving for the Troll Warlord 16 minutes in. An entangle onto PPD. They're even tipping him before death, during death. You can take these to your tomb to carry on to the next life. Well, the catapult stays alive, so the backdoor protection won't kick in. Ace does claim the bottom tower, burning God's strength for it, so getting the best trade he possibly can for it. There's a nice double damage route as well in the bottom river.
Talking about the item timings, Lone Druid only needs a recipe for that Radiance. Meanwhile, TA has a Blink Dagger and the Deso. They are ready to take a fight. Even without that Radiance, it feels like they still feel so much stronger.
Do you like that Diffuser Blade pickup? I'm trying to work out exactly what it's for.
I mean, you can still burn mana on the people who are under Winter Wyvern's heal, and it's a cheap damage.
That's another way to do it too. Courier's flying right over the top of him, but he'll fortify up and get to the trees. They're just trying to creeps get back. Get rid of the creep wave. Make sure there's some level of backdoor protection on. But the Lone Druid's probably strong enough he can just beat through, and they're going in towards them.
Much the same thing that goes for Dire. Their item timings are not perfect in this game. Like, ideally, you would want Radiance to be up for that fight, but he missed a couple of last hit on the towers, on the bottom one and on the top, but they can still take a fight.
Peter is very visible underneath that Observer Ward. Now the jump forward. They're now finding Dahak, but he only finds the primary hero, actually. The bear moves forward. Oh, PPD gets killed off, but hey, nothing you're okay with losing. Ace kind of stranded out as Emergence. He actually, with the Winter's Curse, isolated 2 heroes and then got hoof stomped up. They're trying to get back out, but this Dahak bear is still fighting strong. 33's got nowhere to get back down the hill, and Afro Ninja with a double kill. He moved to his next target, slowed down by the support. Lena Fada on the run over the TA trap. That'll slow him up, and this will be an easy kill. Going through them all. 4 heroes down for NiP.
The cleanup crew just arrived. TA still has Aegis, and It's so hard to bring them down. Winter Wyvern cancels the whole fight. They try to go for a Lone Druid, who's extremely tanky. He pops his thing, so he's regening with the bear, and also Chen ulti on top of it. He's almost full HP right after.
Yeah, and he was in this big bear form at the very beginning too, so even with the initiation, it would have been
dodges all of the spells with the bear.
Yeah. I just love the way how the Winter's Curse sets up for the Centaur as well. So, you know, I'm just throwing this on up, and I'll be fine. Let me just walk up around 2 heroes, do what you want to.
He's still 300 gold away from that Radiance, and now they're gonna have a Blink Dagger on a Centaur, so they have a couple of ways to initiate a team fight, and this Crimson Guard will mitigate a ton of the damage on both of these cores. Like Radiance, the Mischance, and the Crimson Guard will just cripple the cores of NiP.
Yeah. So how do they do their damage? Let's talk about the best case scenario for NiP. How do they approach Gambit?
That's a tough one, Toby.
I know.
Like, ideally, you would want to kill a Winter Wyvern, try to wrap around, but this game is not looking good. 9,000 net worth lead, and they don't really have a comeback heroes.
Yeah, the path to wrap around isn't easily there. A smoke maneuver, maybe through vision, but that's why Gambit, like, they've established so much vision, and maybe that's also the other reason why you saw PPD coming out. Like, he understands the win condition, right? Is we need to see where we're going into. We need to be able to get a better wraparound. But, yeah, Radiance will come on the Courier in just a second, so that's just over 20 minutes for the Radiance to be finished up on the Druid, and he's then building a Blade Mail for the Bear. In fact, he doesn't even have to, he'll just TP the Courier back to then have the Radiance TP the Bear back to be the real Courier. Now have Radiance to push.
I love the Blade Mail because they have a lot of uncontrollable damage. Sanking once he uses the Epi, Macropire, especially good against Sven. And it's a cheap item that gives him damage and the armor that the bear needs.
My god, there's a BKB on the TA and a mech over on the Chen as Hand of God comes off cooldown. The last 2 sets of bounty runes, all 4 have gone the way of Gambit.
And they can always outpush the lanes. There's one hero who can be on the side lane. Chen just TPs him back, even though it's a longer cooldown right now. Ace has a BKB. So he's still vulnerable to Winter Wyvern ulti. I mean, if you pop a BKB, you're gonna be the target most likely, just to keep you during that duration. If you don't pop it right away, he's gonna try to use it on someone near you to get a free kill.
It's like it's the upside of the troll. Like, he's not gonna be able to kill your own teammates right now through Curse. But that's not really the best upside. TA trap. Well, that's a blink over. They're searching for the Centaur in the trees, but they won't find him. They'll find the stun, however. Over on the side, but Winter Wyvern, he's dropping quickly. Is that Cold Embrace available? Yes, it is, but that's the reason why Laguna Blade was also ready to go. But hey, so much damage being taken. Afro Ninja is just going ham, protected by his own BKB. It's a double kill on the 2 big damage dealing cores. At least there's an epicenter in the back lines with the Ice Path, but it cannot control up the main Dahak. A triple kill for Afro Ninja. He is really just mopping up the back lines, and I'm wondering if NiP just call it right there.
Yeah,
You've lost so many heroes, and they're just going to push straight up through mid. 22 minutes in, and they are now assaulting the top lane of Rax, but these are the final buybacks, the last roll of the dice for NiP.
Adesso, a Lone Druid, and the Centaur with the retaliate damage. They're just split pushing them right now. Glyph is forced, even though they got the target that they needed, Winter Wyvern, because before he can get any spells off besides the heal, still not good enough.
Yep. I can at least get through this bear. Ice Path's control, but they're just waiting for the double hold. Some Afro jumps in, instant deletion of 33. And the rest of NiP are following him down. Dahaki's actually getting this bear out to safety. PPD looking for an Ice Path, but cannot reach anybody, even with the Diffuser Blade. It
That's
slows up Afro,
buyback.
but they can't walk outside the base.
They can take another shrine. They already took the right shrine. Roche will be respawning shortly if they want to take the save. But NiP, they used 4 buybacks.
They're going back in through top.
I feel like Gambit can just close out this game straight away.
The melee ranks is so low that he only has to risk the bear to come back in, just hit into it. And even Immersion from a long range down is able to attack, but the mid's being pushed through as well. NiP, they're being assaulted on multiple fronts, and they don't know which one to really focus on. Smoke is up from NiP. They understand they need to fight. They understand they need a target. Centaur as well as Dahak are the only ones really presenting, and they're the 2 they can't really take. Maybe a bear, but if you group up like you are, there's your Hoofstomp focusing onto the Lina. She's down already. 1 minute on the sideline. back to objective-based gaming. Clean up the racks, continue the push, get Gambit into the next round. That's all that's on the mind of all of the Gambit fans and also the players.
This is the last set of racks is Roche. Let's see the respawn time. 2 minutes, 25 seconds.
They have an observer ward, which is actually finally helping them. It's watching the Chen. Maybe they get the initiation over on the Winter Wyvern. Looks like Burrow Strike might have already begun it, and his immersion just Glimmer capes and walks away. The sentry came too late from NiP to keep the chain stun going. And we are going to back up, and yeah, it is going to be Roshan. But he's 2 minutes away, so...
The longest spawn of Roche. 20,000 net worth lead. They managed to grab only 5 kills with all the stuns on side of NiP.
Yeah. This must be a fun game to analyze, Lacoste. Has the status quo changed? No.
They needed to stomp their lanes way harder with the lineup that they had.
Yeah, they did.
Usually, the hero that's missing in this kind of lineup is a bounty hunter. So you can snowball, get the kills, have a good chase potential, and get the extra gold from the kills.
But the snowballing never really happened.
It did not happen. Yeah.
Like, Gambit just kind of dodged. When there was a fight, the Savage Roar will cancel it, and Dahak just moved to another lane. And then NiP trying to force down buildings either. They couldn't get the income for it. Now you get a Vlad's over on Chen to go with his mech and the Hand of God. So the sustain continues to increase for Gambit. PPD will do something about the bottom lane. That's the last hurrah. That's where NiP have to try and hold. So some creative warding, something that gives them information going into the fight.
Yeah,
That's what they need.
I can feel Alliance sweating because they will need to be the players who play the game instead of NiP removing Gambit from the pool.
Yeah. But it does feel like you're backing yourself into a corner with this. NiP didn't win the laning phase. Gambit definitely looks strong. In the Gambit versus Alliance game, you know one thing, it's going to be either massively entertaining or massively one-sided because they're going to push so damn fast. Both teams will have this as a priority.
Casual 11,000 damage at 26 minutes by Lone Druid.
26 minutes casual Aghanim Scepter as well. Once the Cars is like, if he can get the Aghanim Scepter at the normal rate, he'll get there. Butterfly, yep, sure, that's up as well. TA. Sandstorm 33 has to walk out of it because of the Blade Mail.
The Hawk. Let's see if he's going to give Radiance to his hero, then pick up the Illusion Rune. Yeah, that's the play.
Oh, smart boy. Of course.
Great minds think alike, Dobie.
You are a great mind, Lacoste. Don't let anyone ever tell you.
Didn't we say I'm a very special young man at the start of the first game?
Hey, we're all about bringing you up.
All right, so this Roche will go down. That's Cheese and Aegis. It's looking really rough for NiP.
When he's in range of the Alpha, was that plus 271 I just saw on my screen? Yeah, plus 271
look at
damage.
all this aura on Templar Assassin.
This bar needs to be a little bit longer. Like we can keep reaching to the quick buy. 33, I like this position. The Observe Ward on the other side of the tree lines. Look at them, they pinged it instantly. That ping came from FNG. He sends the courier over. He sends the Wild Wing over. He knows 33's there and puts the tornado on him. He can't blink himself out. They know he's there. They get the detection. The Hoofstomp comes forward. They need a little bit more detection to actually
Where's
grab
the reveal?
him. Does anyone bring reveal? Anyone have a gem?
Hello, team.
Nope. Nope. 33 continues to move further out of the sandstorm as the tornado chases him. You'd think you'd be the master of tornadoes when he knows how to sandstorm. I know. I'm so old. So old with the memes. And that's why Owen is #1 caster in Dota. Ace is looking for his initiation on the side. Difficult to do so again. This Radiance burn makes it difficult for anyone just to run in and get a proper initiation. The TA trap also reveals. So FNG sends his Centaur forward, and the Fear just pushing them back, claiming the Mega Creeps. 33 Burrow Strike, all he gets is the Bear. Afro is protected, and the double stun from FNG! It was the Centaur that catches out the Lina, as well as the Troll Warlord. They want to follow through, and the Curse may do exactly that. They're waiting. The Ice Path of Macropyre is good from PPD, catching out the Templar Assassin, now the Stampede. Burrow Strike from 33. It's a good double stun. Oh, it's got to hold them there. Maybe Fada. Maybe they actually have enough damage to repel them. Maybe I'm totally wrong. NiP are all dead. dead, and GG. Gambit will actually eliminate NiP and keep their TI9 hopes alive in what's going to be the showdown tomorrow. Gambit versus Alliance for that direct slot to the International in Shanghai.
I think that's what we all wanted to see. That's going to be the hypest game. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a day off, the day after, but we got to give credit to Gambit. They played extremely well, pretty clean Dota, nicely executed, and kind of just some of the issues that the NiP had in this game. They opened up with 2 cores, Sven and Troll, which is pretty easy to counter. They didn't even ban Winter Wyvern. I don't think Winter Wyvern was that big of an issue because this lone druid just stomped the game from the bottom lane, moved to the mid lane, couldn't kill a tier 1 tower, ghost stop, and they just continued the aggression, controlled the map, and in the end, NiP just gets out-farmed. With all those stuns, they still can't take a